What's up, everyone? It's Gabe Stone. Today, we're going to be talking about the Groyper movement, Nick Fuentes, and the memes behind it, and his most recent interview with Patrick Bet-David. So my thoughts on just to clear all this hype from Nick Fuentes, and what I think about him, I think Nick Fuentes is a very smart guy. Okay, I'll give him that. I know the social justice warriors gonna be like, well, you like a white supremacist? No, he's not a white supremacist. I think Nick Fuentes. Well, I'll say this about Nick Fuentes is that I did not know he was Italian. Number one, until that interview. Number two, I didn't know that he's for racial diversity. Number three, I didn't know that he'd be that open-minded. But what I want to say about Nick Fuentes, first of all, is that he is very smart when it comes to diplomacy, and more specifically international relations. Because I agree with him 100%. What do we owe Israel? What do we owe Israel? I wouldn't take such a hardline stance on white color of people, but I do agree with him on how America is right now. He's the only one who speaks out. And I'll say this, another thing about Nick Fuentes is that a lot of people I don't know, a lot of people are very, he claims he's a fascist. I don't know if I'd go that far, but he claims that he wants to put Americans first, more specifically American kids first, American white people first. I have no racism, but I will agree that America is becoming way too confused right now. Everyone's transgender nowadays. Everyone's so sad. Everyone's so isolated. White men are being killed off. This is gonna get banned. But I'll say this about Nick Fuentes is that I don't think he's a neo-Nazi. I really don't. I think that he just wants to put America first. I don't think he's a populist like me, but I think he does want to put America first. And if he's for that, I'm behind it. He's the only one on the right who has the balls to take on Trump, and I think that's good because he's not going to be in there forever. We need new people in there who are younger, like us American youth. For the emperor. But I don't know. But I don't know. I just say this about him is that he reminds me a lot of Charlie Manson. A lot of people hate Charlie Manson. I'm not going to get too much into him, but he was just very controversial, and I don't like what he did. I think he was a mass murderer. But anyways, let's get back into America first. Is that I think that Nick Fuentes, he tells it how it is. This is gonna get banned. Don't get me wrong. This is gonna get banned on YouTube, or it's gonna be filtered out. But I think Nick Fuentes is speaking a lot of truth. I wouldn't go so far on the blacks, though. I would try to build up their community rather than kick them out. I think that's a little bit too far, but I think that they should rebuild their own communities while we rebuild our communities, us white Americans, or us Caucasian Americans. But because I'm also friends with many different races of people, but I just think when push comes to shove, we need to have a common identity, which is a common language, English, or any other language. And also we need to have a common principle, which is all men are created equal. That's what it says, because there's never been a country in America. Well, actually, yeah, there's never been a country that's all men has been created equal, but America has that premise, and it's worked better than almost any other country in world history, in my opinion. From the Habsburgs to the Medicis to the House of Windsor to the Bourbons of France. And another thing is I have to say is that we Italian Americans in the United States have been totally left behind, especially on the West Coast, anywhere that isn't on the East Coast. Us Italians in exile in other parts of the world, and especially in the West Coast in the USA, have totally been, we don't have any culture up here. We're totally forgot our culture, and that really sucks for me, because like I feel like I'm just I'm just an English white speaking Italian American, basically, because like I know Italian and I know some other languages, but I'm just saying that like we need to unite. We need a common identity while not outcasting other people. They should be able to, anyone can belong to our country, but they have to follow our rules. They can't be radical. They got to follow common protocol. And that's what I like about Nick Fuentes, is that he's putting American people who don't have a voice, he's putting their needs first over money. You know, Patrick McDavid, I hope you're listening to this. Like he crushed you. He crushed you in that debate. Like, yeah, he wasn't perfect. I probably would have taken a more hardline stance on Israel, but for what they're doing. But overall, I like what he did. And yeah, so I just hope you guys really listen to this. Like, I think that Nick Fuentes has very good ideas. Like, he wants America to have American voices to be heard rather than the minority, which I consider the Zionist establishment or the AIPAC establishment, the swamp, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I think that Nick Fuentes has the right idea. Yeah, I think that he also is right on you know, culture. Like, we need to have a common culture. But the thing I disagree with him on, like I said, is the racism part of it. I wouldn't say, oh, just because you have dark skin or you have lighter skin, like, you're unequal. I look at it as like, do you speak English? Do you follow American protocol? Do you follow our Constitution? And do you contribute to society? If you do, good. And we also need to help the poor. That's the one last thing I'm going to say, is we need to help the poor. I don't think we should help people who don't care about us, but we should help the most vulnerable most vulnerable people in today's society. And I think the best way we can do that is we can give incentives to work, and we can give people decent housing, get rid of this Zionist BlackRock, and actually help people. So that's what I think about America right now, is that we're at a crossroads. Where are we going to go? Are we going to end up being controlled by, you know, outside interests? Or are we going to take back our sovereignty and be a bastion for peace in the world? Okay, my name is Gabe Stone. That's my thoughts on America. And one last thing on Nick Fuentes. I think that he, like I said, he's a great leader. The Groyper movement is pretty strong. If we can just revise it and make it more, make it less white supremacy, I think that'd be better than any other group out there. Well, I'm not saying we should let anyone in, but we should let people in who love this country. All right, thank you. Peace out.